next caller. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is K Michelle, and thank you guys for tuning in to yet another video. And before we get started on why you guys are here, what you doing, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. I really appreciate all the love, all the support. It means so much to me. So let's just keep going. Let's just keep growing. Like, subscribe. You already here. You already watching. What you doing? So anyways, as you can see from the title, as you can see from the clothes, I'm real cozy. Got the PJs on. We in the living room. Welcome to the living room. Welcome to my couch. You know, plop a little seat, y'all. Grab your drink. Today, my drink of choice, because I'm always drinking something, is water. As you can see from the title, you guys are getting to know me today. A quick Q&A. I just thought right now would be a good opportunity for you guys to kind of know who I am, my story, my background, just a little bit, not too much, not too crazy. So I asked my Instagram followers, and if you don't follow me on Instagram, what are you doing? Because you missed out on a good opportunity to ask me a question. So make sure you follow. But yeah, I asked my Instagram followers, what do you want to know? What do y'all want to know about me? And honestly, there was some good questions. There were some questions that made me think like, do I even know the answer to that? Let's get right into the questions. So we're going to start off real easy. Yeah, and then we're going to slide into the more difficult questions. I don't own any designer. I think I own a couple MK purses. Maybe had a couple Coach back in the day. Okay. But no, I don't own no designer. But I will say, when I make it big, the first thing I'm gonna do is buy a Chanel purse. Something about Chanel and that double C, it speaks to me. So Chanel, recently I've started liking Dior and Prada. And I will say, I don't really know about YSL, but I can say their shoe, that one heel that has the YSL, the gold, to die for. My go-to Starbucks order when it's hot, I'll get me a strawberry lemonade, acai refresher. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but yes. And then y'all, let me tell y'all the secret though. You gotta add some raspberry in there, and you have to add some liquid cane pumps. Because if it's not sweet, what are we doing if it's not sweet? And then when it's cold outside, which it is right now, love that. When it's cold, I normally just get the white hot chocolate mocha, real basic, real cute. I've tried their holiday flavors, but I'm disappointed. I'm really disappointed. It's not giving what it was supposed to give. Y'all, this is a hard question because my favorite song probably changes every day. But right now, the song that's been on my mind that I've been playing on repeat, it has a chokehold on me, is Hours in Silence by Drake and 21 Savage. Now, before you say anything, because I do know in my video, my Get Ready With Me, I had the audacity, y'all, to say Her Loss was not better than Honestly Nevermind. But honestly, never mind on that thought, because I lied to y'all. Her Loss is a great project. Now that I've listened to it thoroughly, 10 out of 10. Well, not 10 out of 10. We're going to give it an 8.5. I don't think there's too many skips for me. And when asked this, I have to pull out my hat. Shout out to my girl Fig. Hats by Fig. But, hello. Champagne Mommy, isn't it obvious? Drake is my favorite artist, and he's been my favorite artist since I can remember. Drake can do no wrong. He is the greatest artist, if not of all time. And yeah, I said it. Name someone that's better. Next, thank you. Next. Now this is an easy one. My favorite food is Mexican food. And specifically tacos, street tacos. I want to be a street taco. I can eat tacos literally every day for the rest of my life, and I will never complain. Never. So my favorite movie of all time is The Notebook. And then I like the Roll Bounce. Roll Bounce. The third song, be for real. Another movie that I really like is Love Don't Cost a Thing, because first of all, Christina Milian was serving what she needed to that whole movie, and Nick Cannon in that dance was iconic. My favorite person in this entire world will have to be my mom. She's the person I talk to the most out of anybody else. So yeah, she's my girl, she's my ride or die, she's my confidant. The list goes on and on and on. Okay, so now that we got the easy questions out the way, now that that's over with, we're gonna get into the more difficult questions that people ask me. So for those of you who don't know, I am from Dallas, Texas, and about 10 months ago, I moved to Washington State. Yeah, I did, which is 30 hours away. I took a leap of faith. I followed my dreams and I jumped right in and did it. So the next question that people ask have to do with that move and that transition and kind of how I adjusted. The pros are being in a new environment. For me, being from Texas, it is so easy to get stuck in that bubble, and especially a big city. It's so easy to just get stuck there, get stuck in the culture, get stuck in everything that you're used to, get comfortable. It's so easy to, but once you step outside of that, you just see how much this world has to offer. And for me, that's been the biggest pro. The people I've been able to meet, the experiences, the things I've been able to see. I'll tell you, I've done more in this year than I've done in previous years alone. So it's just like, that's the most beautiful thing. And just the people you come across, it's like you never just know who you're gonna meet. And one thing I personally loved about moving away is I came here and I didn't know not one single person. So I kind of got to start fresh. I kind of got to create my own identity and establish who I want people to know me for. Because back at home, people, they have their whatever about me, but I kind of get to create that here because I have no history here, and I love that. It's like a clean slate. It gives you get to kind of start over, and that's been the best part about it for me. Now the cons. Really, I think one con has been that sticks out to me when I think about moving away from home, and that is loneliness, you guys. It's something that I've never really had to deal with before, and it's been a challenge for me to go from having all of my friends be accessible to me, especially in college. You know, you're with your friends 24/7. You get to see them every single day. And then even after graduating college, me and my friends, we still lived in Texas, right? So I could go see them pretty easily. And my family, all my family lives in Texas. So it was nothing to go and see them if I missed them. But now I'm so far away, and that's been the most difficult part. I will say, earlier this year for my birthday, I went back home to Texas. And then when I had to come back, that was probably the most lowest point I've had since I've been here. I was crying. I was hurt because I'm like, I wish that I could have my family with me, especially with the job that I have. It can be really challenging, and not having that physical support system, it can really start to harp down on you. And especially because a lot of the people that I was meeting around this area, they all had boyfriends or their families are in driving distance. And I'm like, I literally have nobody here, literally. So that's been the hardest thing. But I will say I've learned how to enjoy my company even more and fill my time with things that I never used to do. And I think that's been the most beautiful thing, because I think as a woman, that's the best thing you can do for yourself, is spend time alone, truly get to know yourself. And for me, though this is a con, it's kind of turned into a pro, but still, I wouldn't wish loneliness and being so isolated on anyone. Although I have met great people here, it's still not the same, right? as my friends back at home and as my family. Nothing can kind of fill that void. But that's been the biggest con. I can't really think of anything else that's been like a con of moving away from home. You just have to deal with being by yourself. I will say again, being away from home and being away from my family has been the hardest thing that I've had to adjust to. I'm so used to having my family be in a driving distance away, no more than an hour, no more than 2 hours. And having them be 30 hours away, it is so heartbreaking. And even I have 2 nephews and a niece, and it even hurts me when I'm on FaceTime with them and I'm missing them grow up. Or this Thanksgiving, I don't get to be with my family this Thanksgiving. Or for other holidays or other get-togethers, birthdays, I don't get to experience none of that. And it breaks my heart because I am such a family-oriented person. A family is everything to me. So that's been the hardest thing. It impacts me the most, especially having hard days and not having that physical support system. It really does impact me. But I will say on the flip side, it has made me more independent. It's made me be a lot stronger. It's made me lift myself up, you know what I'm saying? It's made me pour into myself more than I've ever done in my life, because I'm such a person who will give so much energy into other people. I will sacrifice so much of myself to, give love to other people. But now that these people aren't around me, I get to pour that love into myself. I get to be me. You know what I'm saying? So that's been the beauty of it. But I miss my family every single day. I could tear up just talking about it because family is everything to me. I don't even know if I answered that question. But next caller, y'all, before I start crying. This will sound so cliche, but just do it. And when I say just do it, I mean just do it regardless of the people who don't believe in you, regardless of the doubts and fears that are going to eat away at your mind. Because I will tell you, when I took this job, there were thoughts in my mind like, am I even capable enough? What if I get there and I completely flop? What if nothing goes right? What if they hate me? What if I get fired? What if? But then I started changing that to, what if it all goes well? And it's like, we're so quick to think about the negatives of a decision, but we don't have that same energy when it comes to the positives. So bottom line, if you're taking a risk, do it and don't look back. Don't ever look back. Even if you flop, and don't be afraid of failure. Because in my mind, something that I've learned along my journey is failure doesn't even exist. Because even if you make a mistake, even if things don't go accordingly, guess what? You still learned something. And that's something you would have never learned if you hadn't taken that risk. And now that you learn that, you can apply that to the next steps in your life. And now your life could be taking a whole different direction. But the worst thing you could do is just not do it because you're afraid. And then look back on your life and say, man, I wish I would have done that. It's like, just do it. You don't have to have everything, all the ducks lined up for it to make sense. You get what I'm saying? So for me, when taking a risk, it's just about taking that first step and the rest will follow. Hey, first of all, y'all, I'm not gonna be here for long. I have a 2-year contract with my job. So after 2 years, I'm leaving immediately. I love Washington State. I think it is the most beautiful state I've ever seen in my life. I love this state. But let me tell y'all what I don't like about it. The biggest one is the diversity. Another thing that I just don't like about this place is it's too cold for me. I'm a southern girl. I love the sun. I love the heat. I want to be wearing shorts in December. I know global warming, don't kill me. But I can't. I don't want to be here for much longer, but I'm glad that I came here. It's been so fun. Guys, let me be completely honest with you while I take my I would go back to Texas, but that's not where I want to go next. I feel like going back to Texas right now would be compromising my journey, if that makes sense. I feel like I haven't learned everything that I'm supposed to learn. And I feel like going back to Texas would just be going right back into that comfort zone. So people ask me this, like, where do I want to move to next? What's next? I don't really know. Since I've taken this leap, I'm like, I will move anywhere at this point. I might end up settling in Texas. I can definitely see that with family and things of that nature. But right now, I kind of just want to explore the country and I want to see different places. One of my biggest goals would be, and this is like a goal for me every single year because I think it's so important, and that's just growing spiritually. I think this year I've done a great job of growing physically. I've been in the gym more than I ever have in years prior. I've grown emotionally. I feel like I've learned so much about myself, but spiritually I'm still not where I feel like I should be. So that's something that I'm constantly striving for, is to make God a center focus in my life. And I would say another goal would also be to travel more. I want to go out the country. I'm trying to go to Canada. I want to ski. And then another thing is I want to create different streams of income for myself. It's something I've done a little bit of research on, but I'm still trying to figure out how can I make money outside of just my regular day-to-day work, because I just feel like I could be, optimizing on my time a little bit better. Time is money, you know what they say, and I just feel like sometimes I could waste my time. That's a good one, because honestly, some people, when they kind of know what they want to be. I remember when I was 5 years old, I knew I wanted to be a doctor. Nope, that wasn't me. I didn't know I wanted to be a reporter, honestly, until college, until I majored in mass communication, and I just figured out, hey, this is something that I'm really interested in. And then once I was in college, Tashara Parker, which she is a traffic anchor for WFAA in Dallas, Texas. She really inspires me the most. And I feel like when I started watching her, and I went to a couple of her events, I've actually got to meet her, which was crazy. So I went to her TED Talk, and she also had like this kind of mixer thing. And just seeing her act, just seeing her be 100% herself with no regret. She doesn't care what you think. She doesn't care how you feel about it. That's what I love. That's what I aspire to be in this career. I don't want to fit into anyone's mold. I don't want to do that. I want to be K Michelle. I want to be Kirsia. I want to be this energy. So I just love her for that. I love her because she stands up for her community. She stands up for what she believes in. She's really loud. You get what I'm saying? So I can say, to answer the question, I don't feel like I was really ever inspired to be a reporter. It's something that kind of just fell into place for me, and that just felt right when I was in college. The courses that I took, a lot of people, they switch majors. They like start freshman year with this and then end with this. That was not me. Once I took Mass Comm, I knew this is where I'm supposed to be. I would say the one thing that I wish I knew was how emotionally connected you get to stories. I don't think going in, I realized that the stories that I was going to be telling would impact me the way that they did. And I think it's because, a lot of people, you read the headlines, but you're so detached to the story. You see, murder happened, but it's just a number for you. But when you're actually interviewing the people that are impacted, like, y'all, I will never forget one story that I did. Hit me to my core. When I tell you, I was crying depressed. I just wish I was more emotionally prepared. I wish someone told me going in, like, you need to be aware, you need to know how to handle it, because I was definitely not prepared. I thought I was crazy for feeling these things. I'm like, what kind of girl is over here crying over these stories? Like, am I normal? Does this happen to other people? I wish someone would have told me that the stories are not gonna always be easy to tell. And I didn't really process that when taking the job. Ooh, y'all. I mean, that is the $1 million question, isn't it? That's the $1 million question. I mean, how would I recommend to keep going? Honestly, for me, how I keep going, number one is I really do have to read some Bible, y'all. I know y'all probably in this day and age, don't nobody want to talk about the Bible no more. Don't nobody want to read their scripture no more. But I'll be the first one to say, yes, I do read my Bible, and yes, I do read my scriptures. I'm not perfect, but I am a firm believer in God, and I just feel like without him, I wouldn't be able to keep going. So that's something that I always refer back to. I stay prayed up, y'all. I have to. Because if not, I'm not going to work. Because this is hard. It's hard. Like, I wasn't prepared. And let me know in the comments if y'all kind of can relate. I wasn't prepared for adulthood, for real. I don't know if any of us really are. But I just feel like, especially in this day and age, it's just been so much. And nobody gives you a crash course on how to be an adult, how to do this, how to do that. And then on top of the things that we're having to deal with in this generation, I really have only admired my parents even more, because I'm like, y'all made this look too easy. Y'all made it look too easy. And I was like, man, I can't wait to be an adult. I can't wait. Yeah, let me go. Can I go back? Can I go back? But no. I would say that's the biggest thing for me. When things start to pile up, when things start to get too heavy, when things start to just get too much, I'm so quick to throw that on God. Like, God, please take this from me, because I'm not strong enough to carry it, and he will carry it. So that's the number one. Number two, I would say journaling, you guys. Just get that energy out, get it off, get it on somewhere without putting it on someone, because we're all going through so much. I just don't feel like putting that on somebody else. People are going through enough already. So I would say that journaling is a good way when things start to just get too heavy. Another thing that I would say is just having a support system, having people that you can truly depend on, that are gonna be there for you. That's been a big thing for me too. Even though my family is far away, even though my friends are far away, I know that, you know, they're a call away, a FaceTime away, and that really makes a huge difference for me. So yeah, but I would just say, for those who are struggling, for those who are going through something, you're not alone. We all have struggles. They're just all different. So I would just say, in spite of those, you just have to keep pushing. I think that pretty much wraps up this video, you guys. Again, thank you for sitting on the couch with me, getting cozy. I appreciate y'all. And hopefully this was actually like you got to know me. Hopefully this was helpful. I don't know. So let me know down below if you want me to do more videos like this or anything else like that, or other video ideas. But yeah, y'all, thank you for tuning in, and make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe, all that good stuff. Like, help your girl out. Your girl is trying to, okay, for real though. But again, thank you for tuning in. This is another video, and tune in next week. Bye, y'all.